Hey guys, this is Quinn, that snazzy iPhone guy, and this is a video review of the Tubular wireless speakers from iPevo. Now, I'm going to have a quick chat for a minute. If you don't want to listen to this, it's kind of important, but if you don't want to listen to it, you can just skip ahead right to the review, which is at this time mark. Okay, so for those of you that are interested in me and my life, a week from Wednesday, a week from today, till the following Monday, it is my spring break, and I will not be posting videos where I will be because A, that's no fun for me, and well, I love you guys, but I don't love you as much as spring break and hot babes. But that's pretty much the only reason. No, we don't have good internet connection down in St. Geezy, Utah, so we're right behind a bluff, a big old mountain. Our house is on it, so there is cell phone signal, but just barely, and there is no internet connection because my grandparents don't pay for it at their house down there. So anyway, after that information you don't care about, I will be uploading videos. There will be 2 or 3 reviews I'll post. However, I'm going to private them. So over the weekend I'll unprivate them, and there you go, there's a video. The only problem is when you unprivate something, well, when you private and unprivate it, it won't show up in your subscription box because technically it's not a new video. So that's a problem in the regard that, oops, guess what? You won't be able to see that video in your sub box, which means you're going to have to navigate to youtube.com/thatsnazzyiPhoneGuy, you know, whenever you want to, but during that time period to see the new videos, because the new videos will not arrive in your sub box. Got a lot of crap to review, got like 5 packages today. One was from a good friend, Larry Greenberg, on Twitter and YouTube, youtube.com/Larry Greenberg, twitter.com/LGreenberg, and there he sent me a Casemate Hug wireless charging system, which I have on right here, and it is super BA. Kills the power mat in certain areas. But that's pretty much it. One other thing, I will be getting a new lighting system, 2 of them actually. One is for sure, one is maybe. The one for sure is a green screen with 2 umbrella lights with, anyway, nice indoor lights. It'll look professional, and I can green screen it. I think they're also sending me a backdrop, a black backdrop, or a white one, because that looks tanner. Anyway, or a white backdrop, so that, you know, I don't have to green screen it, but it'll just look like a professionally lighted area. So when I do reviews, when I do all of that other stuff, you'll be able to see that there. And then I'm trying to get another company to send me another kit, but if they don't, I'm just going to buy it because it's worth it. It's a tabletop lighting kit. There's 2 huge lamps that shine on. It's made for professional photography, but videography works great. And what it is it's like a plastic, it's like fiberglass, but it's non-reflectant, yet it's still see-through. So it's really cool because it's about 2 inches above the ground, and your device creates a shadow effect on the white backdrop. So the white backdrop, the backdrops they just send you are just nylon or cloth or something like that, but they send you a blue, a black, white. Anyway, case in point, I'll be able to do really good looking reviews. No more crappy restoration hardware light shining over. These reviews will look professional, but the content will be the same. I did a different style review last video for the Sennheiser RS170s. A lot of you didn't like it, the style, which is okay. You know, I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't script it, as many of you thought. I did outline it with subpoints, so I kind of knew what I was going to say. But I will admit I sounded a bit robotic, and a lot of you said that you liked this kind of personal review style, which is cool. If you like that, that's what I'm going to do. I want what you guys want. A few of you thought it was really professional and good, but, you know, I'm kind of, look at me. I'm not very professional. Anyway, so, cane and point, wow. See, that's a great example of why I do the style of video I do. I am just as unprofessional as it gets. But, yeah. I'll go back to the old review style if you want. Let me know in the comment if you strongly felt that that was something you wanted to see again. Let me know. Drop me an email, drop me a PM, drop me a comment right below. Whatevs. But that's it. That's the end of our chat, and let's get into the review of the Tubular wireless speakers. Alrighty, so here we are. These are the Tubular wireless speakers from iPevo. This is the 3rd time shooting this review because I am just high on crack. Anyway, they will include this manual here as well. Haven't looked at it, haven't read it. Don't care because it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, it comes in this very environmentally friendly green packaging, which I really like personally. This kind of plain industrial style, I think that's sexy. But in any case, You pull that sleeve out, and there you go. This is why they call it the tubular. That's a freaking tube. Kind of reminds me of sushi a little. Don't ask me why. So here you go. Now you can listen to it in this style if you want. However, only one of the two speakers will play, this upper one, because this is what houses all the Bluetooth chips and all the batteries, and so this side is much heavier, but this side is just a single speaker, so you can link them together, but you will need to wire it. So it's not technically wireless anymore, even though it is because you're not plugged into your device. But anyway, those will need to be wired, and I'll show you how to do that now. So you see the lock symbol in the arrow. Simply spin the arrow till it hits the other arrow, and you pull out. If we turn them upside here, you'll see a USB cable. Yes, these are rechargeable. There are no batteries that need to be replaced. I hate that, so thank goodness these are rechargeable. The charging time is only 2 hours, which is really cool. 2 hours and they fully charge, and they'll play back. iPevo claims up to 8 hours, but I've had longer playback time than that, more close to 10 hours. So that's cool. Really sweet on them for underestimating their time. Standby time up to 100 hours. Don't know how long that is, but that's a long time. They are Bluetooth 2.1 compatible. So for those of you wondering, well, how are they wireless? There you go. They're Bluetooth compatible. So all three iPhones will work. iPod Touch, second and third gen. The first generation will not work. All other iPods, Nano, Video, Classic, whatever, those will not work because they are not Bluetooth A2DP compatible. Now, most laptops, most computers are, so if you want to use these as computer speakers, not the most practical solution if you ask me, but they'd be good for laptops if you're driving on the road and you have your MacBook. Let's be honest, the MacBook speakers suck and are quiet, so you could plug these in and, well, wire these up via Bluetooth and you're set and ready to go. So, but when it does come time to charging, there's this USB cable right here, which is probably 2.0, but I don't know why that matters because you don't ever sync to anything. Anyway, whatever. You can plug into your computer or power bricks. The Apple iPhone brick works, you know. You can charge a bunch of stuff this way. Now, on this side, you have this little cord. If I've said 3.5 millimeter, sorry, it's not. So you couldn't directly, wow, okay, Quinn, you're a struggle. You couldn't directly line this into your iPhone or iPod, no fit. You could probably get an adapter, but then by that point, it's like, oh, what's the point? So, there you go. This little thing unwinds. Cable management's pretty good. I don't see why how they could have done it any better, but it is a bit of a pain in the butt. You just wire that through the back and hook it under here so it sits flat. Bam. There you go. One thing I love about these, if I may add, is the rubber feet are really, really excellent. Now, that sounds like a stupid thing to be happy about, but I hate it when stuff scratches against my tables and all that other stuff. These stick, and they stick good, and they're soft, so they do move around if you need them to. They're not crappy pads that'll pick up dirt and all that other garbage. So, there you go. To link that speaker to this speaker, you simply plug that in. So you do have to keep in mind that this one has all the guts inside of it, which means this one is just a speaker. If they had molded both of them Bluetooth, that would have been really cool, but wouldn't have been practical. I can understand why they didn't. And there you go. In any case, we will unplug these. Oh, first, on the side here, there are really 3 buttons. A power button, a volume down, volume up, and that's it. And then there's a red/blue battery indicator. So, oh, by the way, that's my girlfriend. Not really, but she looks like her. I'm being dead serious. Follow me on Twitter for all this funny inside jokes you don't understand. Bluetooth, we're going to forget this device just so I can show you what it's like syncing it up for the first time. You hold this up for 5 seconds. It does the startup noise, but keep holding until it flashes red and blue. It didn't flash red and blue. I didn't do it right. I'm sorry. Turn it off. Come on. Alright. Try again. 5 seconds. Keep holding. There we go. So you can see it flashed red and blue and it's still doing so. You refresh the Bluetooth list. There you go. It says headset, but it really shouldn't. It should say iPevo Tubular. There you go. It'll say not paired. All you have to do on your iPhone is find that and you pair it. You click on it, and it will say, do you have permission to use? And you just say, yeah, just pair it already. If it wants you to type in a password, which it probably won't, but if it does, it's just 0000, as indicated on the side of the speaker. But There you go, that's your setup. And we are connected. Now, all the lock sounds, every sound will come out of these speakers. So if I lock the device, that's actually coming out of the iPevo speakers rather than the iPhone speakers itself. So if I crank these way up and turn this all the way down, oh no, that doesn't work because it's going through Bluetooth. Anyway, point in case is I promise it's coming out of there. Okay, so we're going to go to the iPod now, and we find a song Quinn has rights to, which is Beautiful Worlds. Yay for royalty-free music. Royalty. Okay. So we are now connected, and bam, kaboom, shaboom, shapee. We are connected. Now, on your iPhone or device, it'll say, oh, you're playing through the iPevo Tubular. If you click that, you can select which device. We're just going to stick with iPevo Tubular. But one thing that I complain about is you can't control audio. I think it's a limitation of A2DP, not the iPevo speakers themselves, so Bluetooth sucks, get on that. But other than that, you can turn the volume up. These things get pumping, by the way. And the bass is going to kick in a minute, so maybe it's already in. Nope, here it is, right here. I messed it up. Let's start over. So these get really loud. I bet you my whole house can hear them. I'm yelling almost at the top of my lungs. But it doesn't get distorted. Listen to them. They're pretty nice. These mics might even be... So there's a bass that comes in a minute, I think. Anyway, so point in case is these are really loud. They're really loud. And they don't get distorted. They have very good sound. I was really impressed. Usually speakers this size, the sound is mediocre. Now they're not like, oh, let's use them at a party. But they're great if you're just in your house, if you're cooking, if you're doing anything of that sort. These are excellent, and they sound really pretty miraculous for their small size. But that's what she said. Not really. Okay, let's go to... I don't have that song. Crap. Anyway, so let's say I had that song. That'd be great. Poopy. I don't have that song. Anyway, there's another good song that has good bass in it. But the bass response in these is pretty nice. Mids are great and trebles are excellent. There's no kind of distortion or hiss or anything of that sort. It's a very clean, clear signal. You can move around. You know, typical limitation of Bluetooth, pretty much 30 feet line of sight. So it's not like you're gonna, I don't know, an example. It's not like you're gonna leave them in, I don't know. Anyway, point in case is you're not gonna go very far away from these, or your device that's playing music won't. You can go quite a ways away, but not like anything like the Sennheiser RS-170s, because that's, anyway. So, you know, there's a bit of a limitation distance, but you should probably know that before buying a Bluetooth device. But other than that, I mean, the build quality is superb. The white does get a little dirty, which bothers me. Other complaints, this one's horribly annoying. You unplug this, or let's say you never plugged it in. Hey, I want to use the second speaker. You plug it in, and oops, my song's not playing, but if a song were playing, guess what? Oh, no, it was a copyrighted song, don't play it. It's the best I ever had. Stop it. Okay. Alright. So, there's no sound coming out of this one, and you have to actually cycle the power. Oh, excuse me, there's no sound coming out of this one. There is out of this one. You have to cycle the power, which is really annoying. Turn that off. You have to turn it back on. And another annoying thing, which I just don't understand why, is you have to actually dig into the settings menu to connect them. At least in my experience. Maybe it'll take 5 minutes and do it, but if you want them right away, you have to click it and then it'll pair. But it takes quite a while, if ever, to connect by itself. So that's a pain every time they disconnect or something happens. You have to go settings, general, Bluetooth, but you know, What can you do? Oh, I have an idea. You can invent it so you don't have to do it that way. Apple. That's an Apple limitation, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so there you go. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good. The pros are they sound excellent. The battery life is superb, and rechargeable batteries is a huge plus. Also, the recharge time is really excellent. I mean, they play for 8 hours, only take 2 to recharge. That's pretty good. The cable management is pretty darn good, so I'll make that a pro. Honestly, that's about it. I mean, not on the pros. There's a lot of pros, but honestly, that's about shapoopy. This is a horrible review. I apologize. So they're great speakers, in conclusion. The cons are they are white, which means they will get dirty, which is really ugly, and I don't like that. I don't think they have a black model, but black would look cheesy if you ask me. The white look is really sharp until they're really crappy looking. You have the typical limitation of Bluetooth. You can't walk like 100 meters away and then come back and expect it to still be playing or even be connected. Other restrictions, you can't change the volume from here. That's a huge limitation. It's going to start playing that song again. Stop it. Other than that, oh yeah, another limitation and a huge thing that I'm pretty sure is just iPevo's beef. When you plug this in, after this one's still playing, you plug this in, this one doesn't start playing until you turn this one off and then turn it back on. There's like a 30-second unnecessary process. So that bothers me. I can understand why maybe they do it so it doesn't pop or something like that, but come on, get real. That's a pain in the butt. This is 2010. We don't want to do all the work here. Everything's supposed to support us. We're not supposed to support them. iPevo speakers support me. I don't support iPevo speakers. This is not Soviet Russia. Come on. Ask not what you can do. Ask not what iPevo speakers can do for you, but what you can do for iPevo speakers. Gotta love the Soviets. Alright, anyway, pretty much, yeah. They have a great build quality. Battery life is really good. I'm sorry, this is a horrible review. Cable management, when you keep some tension to your twine like mine, it's really good. You stick the arrows together, you twist, and you're locked. You're ready to go. And that's pretty secure. There's no way that's going to fall off. I could go at this all day. There's no way this is going to come off. So, good design, good look, good innovation. Price, I don't really remember that. It's like 90 bucks or something like that, which is, you know, are they worth the price? Yeah, if you don't want to be walking around or walk to your phone to change the song, I think they're a good price. They are very unique. They turn heads. You know, yeah, I've taken them to school, stuck them on my desk. No, I'm not. I'm not a douchebag. But, yeah, pretty much I'm delirious. So this review's horrible. I apologize, iPevo. But you make a great product, good sound, good looks. Good overall design, good style, and the price, if you're willing to shell it out, it's not incredibly overpriced, but it is a little bit more than maybe some of you are willing to spend. But yet, excellent sound, so keep that in mind. And that's it. The iPevo Bluetooth speakers final review, 8 out of 10. I've already explained the pros and cons, so I'm not going to do that again. This is Quinn, that snazzy iPhone guy. This is Quinn, that informal snazzy, or not snazzy, informally snazzy. Yep. All right. Goodbye.